Thank you, Elf Games and Daedalic Entertainment, for the code. This is a spoiler-free review of Children of Silentown. 2023 is barely a month old, and I may have just played my game of the year. With AAA monsters like Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Starfield, and Hogwarts Legacy prepared to be released this year, you're probably asking me why an indie game made by a small Italian developer is already being mentioned on my Game of the Year list. It is rare when an indie title can sneak up on me and then blast me with a powerful wave of emotions, but Children of Silentown did just that. It is a point-and-click adventure game that deals with heavy themes like fear, grief, and loss, and during multiple times through my playthrough had me reaching for tissues to pat the tears welling in the corner of my eyes. My name is Pizzelle56X from 3 Dads on a Console, and I want to take you on a walking tour through Children of Silentown. I've always passed on point-and-click adventure games because I believe they weren't for me. But Children of Silentown drew me in with some incredible 2D hand-drawn animation and art that adds to the themes I mentioned earlier. Silentown's existence has been plagued by monsters who venture out from the surrounding forest in the middle of the night and kidnap the town's residents. Losing friends and family members is expected if they aren't quiet or don't abide by the rules of the town. The major one being staying indoors from dusk till dawn. You play as Lucy, a 12-year-old girl growing up in Silentown who immediately becomes skeptical of what she's being told by the adults around her. When her friends begin to go missing, she takes it upon herself to push back against those telling her where to be and how to get there. It isn't until tragedy touches her family when Lucy develops a plan to figure out what is a tale and what is the truth. First, let's start out with the look of Children of Silentown. I already mentioned that Elf Games, with some help from Studio Luna 2, is using hand-drawn 2D animation to create a dark and gloomy game that is used to show the morose feelings of the people who are trapped in a city surrounded by perceived death. As you move between chapters, the game uses a beautiful color palette of reds and pinks, interwoven with changes in the art perspective to simulate Lucy's nightmares with both the monsters and the nightmares in the forest. The art direction is stunning, and it's the reason I stuck with this game. Let me reiterate this point, that point-and-click games were never a genre I have found myself gravitating toward. Also, a very important part of games is sound, and I can tell you that Children of Silentown has some excellent sound. Music plays a crucial role in this game, both with Lucy and in the environment. Lucy was taught by her mother how to sing, and that singing mechanic is used to identify things in this world. The singing mechanic also brings forth something I didn't expect from this game: well-designed puzzles. Children of Silentown's puzzles are quite varied and later in the game become quite challenging. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys, as I've gotten older, I've become worse at puzzle games. Lucy can use her Song of the Children to view the wants, needs, or dreams of the other residents of Silentown. This brings up a yarn-style puzzle where you need to thread the yarn through buttons on the screen to eventually unlock their want, need, or dream to continue your quest. Another song, the Song of Mother, brings forth a different puzzle where you're using gears to align a toy of different roads going to houses. Once the path connects to all the houses on the screen, you can continue your quest. These puzzles, especially the Song of Mother puzzles, can be incredibly challenging and almost frustrating when you know what you want to do but can't quite figure out the combination to get there. I'll be honest, I have found myself putting this game down, coming back to it a day later or so to complete it. Those puzzles can be quite difficult. Outside of the song mechanic itself, Children of Silentown boasts a beautiful soundtrack that you'll hear throughout the game. Unlike other games where the same tune can become grating and irritating to listen to, Children of Silentown is melodic and, dare I say, lovely. There is only one voice recorded for this game, and it's a narrator who opens and closes your adventure.
It is a known fact that we all have ears to listen and eyes to see.
The reason I bring this up is writing needs to be solid in a game where most of your story is text-based. It is silly to say something like words are important, but I'm going to say it. Words are extremely important to relay the message you want to get across to the player. The writing in the game is well done, and emphasis on words through things like having them jitter adds weight to the conversations happening. Everyone who lives in this town is different, and their backstories are fun and creative and weird. No one is just some plain Jane of a character, and you really begin to see how these people interact with one another, with this forever looming fear of death coming to get them from a forest that surrounds them. Last but not least, the game runs beautifully on the Steam Deck, so if you have one, this game, chef's kiss. I didn't need to change any of the deck's configurations to make it work. It ran wonderfully out of the box. You can push the game to 60 frames per second without the fan doing a ton of work, but 40 frames will run this game as smoothly as intended. Without the need for Twitch gaming, like a first-person shooter, 60 frames on the Steam Deck is not going to be needed. Let's talk about our recommendation. Three Dads on a Console, we slant our reviews towards the parent gamer. Can you play this game in the same room as your kids? And can your kids play this game? First, yes, you can play this game with your kids around. There's some scary imagery during Lucy's nightmares, but it isn't anything close to what I believe horror is. I think there could be some talking points to your kids about nightmares and dreams and, how we dream and all that stuff. But secondly, and this is depending on your child's age, I think they can play it. The puzzles range from tricky to downright hard, and you'll be called in a couple times to assist in solving them. The story itself is heavy. The main characters go through a lot of emotion, grief, loss, fear, and I think that this is a good way to discuss that with children. It is okay that they sit down and they experience these type of games because they are emotions that they go through maybe on a daily basis. Ultimately though, Children of Silentown took a non-point and click, non-Zelda puzzle gamer and fully enthralled me with beautiful artwork, a melodic soundtrack, and great writing. For $20 on Steam, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox machines, I would highly recommend that you punch your ticket to Silentown and find out what lurks in the forest. If you enjoyed today's review, please hit that subscribe button for more parent gamer focused content here on Three Dads on a Console. And once again, this is Pizzelle56X saying goodbye, and I hope you have a great day.